was like a toilet paper roll that was from the tree that went all the way to our neighbor's yard. They left a trail behind, and we knew it was our neighbors. They ended up confessing, but it took forever to clean that mess up. And then, so we retaliated and got them. I mean, this has been going on
for 11 years.
For 11 years, back and forth.
Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children. We've all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
We've all been through ups and downs that come along with life and have always helped each other through, shared stories, and laughed together.
We welcome all of you into our daily conversations and hope you have some fun with us.
So let's jump in.
What's up, fishes?
Hey, girls. Hey, Nancy, I saw a very cute picture of you over the weekend holding a ginormous glass boot filled with beer. Pray tell, what was going on there?
I don't, you guys, I never win anything, but I won something. So we went to Oktoberfest with some friends of ours over the weekend. And honestly, it was super fun. I needed a little fun, and it was nice to get out. They had this German bar. We went to this German bar, and there was a band, and they sang some German music, and people were dressed up. I did not dress up. People did dress up, though.
Like for Halloween or for German, like Oktoberfest?
For Oktoberfest, like lederhosen and drindles. And we sat next to this cute group of girls. I mean, I'm calling them girls, but they were professionals. They were like 29-year-old like lawyers. They were getting together. They went to UCLA together, and they were super fun. And they were dressed up in drindles and cute outfits. And this one girl, her name was Hannah. She's 29, and she kept telling me I needed a drindle, that I would look really good in it with my blonde hair. And I felt like we really bonded. And I don't know if she knew how old I was, but I was like, I loved her, and she was super fun, and she was my buddy all night long.
That's nice.
But she was like, they do this contest where they fill up these steins with water. And, steins are big and heavy. Yeah. And they fill them with water. And there's like 10 people in a row. And they have like the women and the men. And she's like, they're going to do this contest. And if you win, if you can hold out and hold your stein with water, you'll get this stein boot. So you have to hold it the longest because, it's really heavy.
Oh,
so she's she goes,
it's a bent arm or a straight arm. Like, what are the rules?
No, like a straight arm, and you have to hold it the longest, and it can't waver like up or down. Mm-hmm. And I won the boot stein. I was super proud of myself. So.
I love it. Congratulations, girl. That's
I'm
awesome.
actually surprised. There wasn't drinking. Was that just one game?
That was just the one game that they did. It was literally a strength contest. I could never do chugging a beer.
I don't know. I've been to a couple festivals with you. I very vividly remember you can.
I don't know.
Yes. You may be out of practice, but you can do it.
It was just a little light when I feel like things around here have been super heavy. So it was just like a little light, a little fun. And we had a fun table, and I just felt like I turned to Tim at several points, and I'm like, I think I still am fun. Like I still have it in me to be fun.
You are fun.
You are fun. So, yeah, you're super fun. I love that. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about you all? How are you guys today? Anything to report?
That Hurricane Helene or whatever went through Florida and went up the coast and kind of hit Nashville a little bit and then really hit South Carolina. And so homecoming was last weekend and the parade got canceled. So it was this morning. They redid it, and they're doing it today. And then so Jack, our youngest, is a senior. So he was on the hockey float, for a little bit, and we were in Toronto over the weekend playing hockey, and nothing exciting, just the same old. It's all good.
That hurricane was bad. So if anybody's listening who are affected, we're thinking about you. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not great.
we got some effects of Helene as well. And actually, I have a good friend whose parents were really affected. They live in Tampa, and their house got flooded, and they're 90 years old, and
Yeah.
Mm,
so
Yeah.
they had a lot of damage.
yeah.
So yeah, our hearts go out to them.
For sure.
But yeah, we just had rainy weather all weekend because of it. It literally has been raining here for a week straight. And so I decided, because I was feeling bad for myself because Peter was gone, I was like, I'm going to plant some flowers outside because
Yeah.
I was getting geared up for October, which,
Oh.
is Halloween, fall, and I had all my spring stuff still out. So I planted some mums, and then I planted some pansies, and my
I bet
dog
they look beautiful.
thought
Your
that was
puppy.
super fun. My puppy, yeah.
Did she help you plant?
No, she actually, when I was doing it, she left me alone. And then part of the time I put her in the house. But no, I didn't. She was fine. And then the next day, Peter lets me know when he got home. He's like, your pansies are all torn up. I was like, oh no. And then we had put a boo sign out. We have like a light up boo sign, and she destroyed that as well. And I mean, when I say destroyed, I mean, she ate the cord, she ate the felt. I mean, she like literally ate it.
I know you love that sign. You love that boo sign.
I know. It's like such a cute sign. I've had it forever. So now the dog is really in the doghouse. I'm really mad at her right now.
Why is she in the doghouse even more than eating your wall in your kitchen? Is this worse? Is this worse than the wall? And what happens when she gets put in the doghouse?
Well, this morning I replanted some pansies that are kind of in her area, and she again went after them. And I put some warning flags out, which are like her invisible fence flags, so she doesn't cross the line, because if you
cross the line, you get zapped.
You get a little shock. So
Yeah.
I thought the visual flag would be enough for her, but no. She decided, oh, those look delicious. So I spent like an hour planting those, and then I go back out, and they're like little chunks everywhere in the yard. I'm like, okay. So I ended up I put an invisible fence literally around my flowers today. We have like a invisible fence rock that we use on our patio to keep her off the couch. So I got those and put them there so she would know it's real now.
Kathy, that reminds me when you had a cat. When you had your cat Francie and you were like, I want a cat and I'm so excited to have her, but I just don't want her in some of this furniture, like, chairs in your living room. So you would put an alarm system on the chairs in your living room. And when you would go visit, it'd be like, beep, beep, beep. And you're like, what is going on? It's like, oh, Francie's just getting on chairs. She's not supposed to be on chairs.
Well, she loved our dining room for some reason. And it's like the most formal room in our house, as you can imagine. And that was the one place I really did not want her to be. And she was always in there. And
it's because you have so many windows and so much good light and it's nice and warm.
Yeah, maybe.
She loved that. She loved that.
But she never got it though. I mean, she did.
She did what she wanted.
Two hooves about it.
Dudes, that is just what I'm learning. Like with my cat, she just does what she wants. Like my Rex, my old cat, he followed the rules, and maybe it's the female cat. They're like, the rules don't apply to me. Peace out. Like, I don't care.
They do whatever they want.
All right, y'all. Before we jump in for today, I just want to give a friendly reminder to please like, subscribe, and share our podcast wherever you listen to your pods. Help us spread the word so we can grow the show. We really appreciate if you could share with one or two of your favorite fishes. Okay, let's jump into everything Halloween.
This week, I have the middle child coming home and the boyfriend is coming. And so Thursday to Monday, they're coming and we're going to carve pumpkins this weekend. We're going to go to the pumpkin patch and we're going to carve pumpkins like we used to when the kids were younger and they lived at home.
Aw.
And I got like this carving set, and I did something I've never done before. And I bought like stencils that you put on the pumpkin and then you carve through that, because I'm not a good pumpkin carver. Like I can do a triangle, or I could do like the teeth smile, but I can't do, you know how those people like do the faces, or they do this like scene or whatever. I can't do that. So I bought stencils for us. So we're going to try and carve some pumpkins this weekend and, rekindle the tradition that we always used to do. Go to the patch and then carve the pumpkins and toast the pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I think I'm going to try and do that in a couple weeks.
I mean, I don't know if they'll make it. I mean, it's hot here. So I know you're supposed to like wash your pumpkin in bleach water and then you carve it. And then you're supposed to put like Vaseline or something around the carved parts to help preserve it so it doesn't get eaten and it doesn't rot. So I think we have like a little article about how to preserve your pumpkin after it's been carved, but I'm going to try it. I mean, I've never had success with this, but when we lived in Chicago, it would be cold in October, but here in the South, it's hot kind of all year. And so I don't know what's going to happen. And I can't keep it in the house because the dogs will eat the pumpkins. I know they will because they're pigs. But will you guys will carve pumpkins too, but not for a little while.
We will, because we usually invite our friends to come over too and kind of share in the fun. Mm-hmm. So we do that and then have a little contest to see who decorated their pumpkin the best, which is fun.
I never realized that people don't do contests for everything the way we grew up. So like for our listeners, we have like a very, I would say almost unhealthy. I don't know. Is it unhealthy? But we compete about everything. And I didn't know this wasn't normal until I became an adult. But like we do Easter egg coloring contests. We do pumpkin carving contests. We have football games in the yard. We have basketball games. We compete over everything. Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't do like Christmas cookie decorating contests of some sort.
Oh, that's funny.
But we did it too. Like our family unit brought that tradition over to our family, and we have like a running list of like who wins all these stupid contests that we do, like lunatics. But I didn't know it wasn't normal.
I love it though. I love it. I really, that's one tradition I do like. I kind of feel bad that I'm not a better sewer because, growing up, Mom always made our Halloween costumes. And like really some of them were elaborate. And I always kind of hoped that I would learn to do that, but I haven't done it yet. And my kids, hence, we always bought their costumes from, the Halloween store or whatever.
So Mom helped make Johanna's costume one year because she wanted, I can't remember exactly, it was like a cheerleader, and Mom had one of David's old letters that she could use, and she made like a cheerleading outfit for her.
It's cute.
And then from that point on, Johanna has wanted Mom involved in her Halloween costumes. And then Johanna liked to be a witch every year since. I'm not kidding. Mm-hmm. And Mom would help just change it up just a little bit. Like last year she made her a cape. And the year before she did I can't remember what she did, but Johanna loves to have Mom involved. And this year Johanna wants to be an axolotl, and she wants Mom to make her an axolotl costume. Like, what? Do you all know what that is? Am I saying it right? Like axolotl. Do you guys know what that is?
Is that the lizard that's pink? Is it a water creature?
Yeah, and it has gills. They're like endangered. And yes, you know what it is. So she's obsessed with it right now. So that's what she wants to be. So Mom is now willing to help Johanna become an axolotl, which I don't think I say the word right. This creature that she's obsessed with.
Mom actually agreed to make that?
Yes. Well, I think because Johanna's asking, Mom has a very hard time saying no. So I don't know if Mom enjoys that she's been roped into all these Halloween costumes with Johanna, or she's just a good sport. But she's a totally good sport, in my opinion.
That's nice.
So I'll keep you posted on like how the costume shakes out, because I have no idea how you go about making that, because I'm not crafty
either.
And then I just want to really quickly give a shout out to Tim, because I've been looking for like a little joy wherever I can find it. And so Johanna, our youngest, loves Halloween. I don't love it like she does. Riley doesn't really love it. Tim will get into it like if he's going to a party. But Johanna legit loves it, Kathy. Like she loves it like you do. And so last year we bought these like light up pumpkins that are like 7-8 feet tall. And I was like, you know what, Tim, it's close enough to October. You should just put them out there. It would make her so happy and bring some joy. And he's like, Nancy, I don't do that stuff until October 1st. I'm not doing it. And I was like, I really think you should do it. It will bring some joy. And so he did. He did it over the weekend.
Down. Oh my God, I love it. It's awesome.
And they look so good. And we're just a little sprinkle of a little joy. So now that it's, we're getting very excited. Yeah. And Kathy, I can tell, is super excited that it's October, because just the little pep in her voice this week of being like, October.
I love October. Yeah.
I know. I can totally tell.
Birthday girl. We know you love it.
I was sad about our boo sign, really, because I don't know. All of our neighbors always comment on it. So Peter ordered us a new one. We found a new one. It's not as cute as what we had, but we're replacing it.
Kathy, since you love Halloween so much, I know you love to dress up. What's your favorite thing you've ever dressed up as, like for Halloween? What's your favorite costume?
It's got to be this year.
Well, I've been a lot of different things over the years, but this year I'm in a golf tournament that is Halloween themed, and I'm going to go as Doris Day.
And I feel like you pretty much, and you like have the presence of Doris Day, how you dress anyway. So is it going to look that different? I don't know. We'll see. You'll have to send us pictures.
I never really thought of myself as like a duplicate of her, but
yeah, I mean, you do often channel her in how you put yourself together. Do you know what one of my favorite costumes that Tim ever did? It was back in the day, we were dating still, and we were going to a Halloween party, and he showed up at my house to pick me up, and I had to do a double take. I had to do a double take because he was a blue man from a blue man group, and he had shaved his head. And honestly, he did not even look the same. He looked like legit, like a guy from a blue man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That was my favorite. Yeah.
What about your kids' costumes? Do you have some favorite kids' costumes, ladies?
I have a costume I remember of Grayson's when he was, I think, 2 years old. I got him. He was like a big black spider with the legs. Like all the legs.
The irony of that is he doesn't like spiders.
But he was as cute as could be.
Yeah.
He was a cute spider, but now it's manifested into like he can't handle it. Like as this grown huge adult cannot handle a spider. Deal with it.
Yeah.
What about you, Nancy? What are some of your favorites with your kids?
You know what? I think we didn't dress up very much as a family, but one Halloween we did because Riley loves football. I mean, he loved it at such a young age. And so he went as a Bears football player. Tim and I went as fans. And then Johanna dressed up as a little cheerleader. Cute. And I think that was my favorite little family thing that we've ever done. Mm-hmm. Do you have one for you?
Well, I mean, there were like pre-kid parties and then post-kid parties. Like the pre-kid ones, we did like pirates, Peter, the pumpkin eater was one that was totally inappropriate, like, but pre-kids. And then like when we did family ones, like the Wizard of Oz, Jack was like a little monkey one time. My friend Heather gave me a hand-me-down monkey costume. It was so stinking cute. And Sabrina was a lion one year with like this cute little furry face. And then I made up some costumes for the girls. There was like a peanut butter and jelly costume the girls did one year that was super cute. I mean, we always kind of got into it because we always had like a big, huge open house back in Chicago, and people would like, a lot of people would come to our house and their kids. And then we would have soups and snacks and drinks, and people would like walk around with their beer or their wine. Our neighborhood was kind of big, and like everybody would like walk around and come in and out of the house, and everybody would just leave their candy bowls outside, and people would come and get whatever they wanted and leave. And then all the kids would end up in the basement, and then they would like sort through all the candy, and there would be these huge trading like events going on between the kids. So it was super fun. Like we always had such a good time. But here the lots are so big and we're so separated from our neighbors that we do get a lot of trick-or-treaters, and some people get bussed in to trick-or-treat in our neighborhood because we give out whole like big candy bars. But it's not like the open house. It's not intimate like it was back in Chicago, you know, just because our neighborhood is different.
It's interesting. You said that I remember back in the Midwest, people did walk around trick-or-treating with their beers. And sometimes you'd go up to a house with the kid and they'd be like, Mom and Dad, do you want a beer?
Right.
But out here, I don't notice that as much. Like, I'm wondering, is the trick-or-treating and the beer like a Midwestern thing? Because I don't really see it out here, out on the West Coast. Kathy, do you see it out east where you are?
Yes. So we usually have had a party every year since we've lived here for 11 years. We have kind of the same thing, and we'll do it out on our driveway, and I'll set the food up along the brick wall and have chili and, you know, people will bring stuff, but people are drinking, walking around. Yeah. We have a fire pit.
Mm-hmm. It's very social. It's such a social holiday, and it's so casual. I think that it invites just that neighborliness that, I do sort of miss that a little bit from my Midwestern roots, but it's fun.
I think our neighborhood we have about 50 some homes in here. So it's a popular place to trick or treat. People come in and, just make it an evening, and it's a lot of fun.
So where we go trick or treating out here is by our school, because the neighborhood by our school, they decorate it like crazy, and they even some do like some haunted houses, like in their home. Mm-hmm. So they do it up really well. It's super, super, super busy, but it's less about the open house and parents
it's more of like an event.
Right. Like people aren't coming in and having soups. It's like kids are like, it's almost like stressful. Like I need a bell on Johanna to be like, where are you? Where are you?
Right. Yeah. Right. Well,
because there's so many kids.
You guys live near Hollywood. So of course it would be like a produced event. Like that makes sense to me. Yeah.
I guess that is true, that now that you're like saying it produced, there are people who have like microphones and act things out. I guess I never put it together that we lived kind of closer to Hollywood, but it is more produced, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, like she loves it. And so I have found that I used to try to meet up with people, but I don't love to do that because it's so chaotic that I just want to run into people out and about, because it's just too hard to keep everybody together. Mm-hmm. So, but it is fun, and Johanna has a ball, and so does Riley. The last couple of times he's gone, he's wanted to go with us, but he's wanted his face completely covered, so people didn't know that it was him. but he still wanted to get the candy.
Right. Right.
I have no idea what will happen this year now that he's a year older, but I was excited when he wanted to go last year. But I have a feeling that might change this year, but we'll see.
Well, I think, we've had so many memories of some great costumes, but my favorite costume Peter ever was Elvis, because he has this polyester white outfit.
Like the jumpsuit, like the sparkly jumpsuit for real?
Yeah.
For real.
Love
It's
that.
hilarious.
Awesome.
I kind of remember you showing pictures of it, and it kind of pulled a little bit on his jumpsuit, which I also thought was appropriate, like an older Elvis that was like out of shape.
Yeah.
That's
Peter,
so
not that I'm
funny.
saying that you're out of shape, but like, you know,
Way to call him
was
out, yeah.
I mean, it was a later Elvis that I'm like, I'm feeling it too, like as I'm getting older.
Now,
You know what?
girls, do you guys put candles in your jack-o'-lanterns or do you put tea lights?
Tea lights.
Tea lights.
We used to do candles,
Yes.
but now I do tea lights.
Well, I had felt like I think I made the switch because, you know, when I'm hosting this party, it's like I'm not really paying attention to all these pumpkins that are lit. And I thought, I better not have real candles.
Yeah.
What I like to do for Halloween, because Tim and I like to be known to have like a cocktail in the evening sometimes. I have found this, he loves old fashions. And so I found a recipe to make blood on the rim of an old fashioned, but really you could do it for anything. So you get 1/4 cup of Kiro syrup and you get red food coloring and you melt it together. If you have a microwave, you could do it in a microwave. I don't have one of those, so I have to do it on the stove. And then
so you just worm it through so it kind of mixes together.
Yes. And then you put it in, then you
plate.
get whatever cup you're going to use and you dip your rim in your concoction and it like comes down the side of your glass and it looks really good and creepy and you just let it cool. And you could do that with like, you know, a real drink like an old fashioned. You could do like a fun tequila sunrise, or you could do like a kid's drink, like with a punch, you know, and
that's so fun. I love that idea. I'm going to totally do that. And
I'll put the picture of that up on Instagram so you can see what it looks like. But it's a really fun way if you're looking to like, shush, like, you know, juju up your drink.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I love that. I'm going to do that. Yeah. That's super fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many great Halloween foods and like appetizers that you can put together, like, you know, the pretzels with like you dip it in like a candy and then you put like a half a jelly bean on it for a fingernail, or the hot dog that you wrap with like pastry and you make the mummy, or the sliced apples with peanut butter and you put like mini marshmallows for teeth. I mean, all that stuff is just so fun. It's just like a fun food, you know, holiday. I love it. It's fun. You can be so festive with it.
So for your Halloween, do you have tradition? I'm not having an open house, but I typically have taken what you guys do and I make soup. I make chili. Do you guys do that?
Mm-hmm. Chili and wild rice soup. Those are my two. Oh, and Italian tortellini soup. Those are the three I make. This year, I'm not going to be home at Halloween, but that's what I would normally make is those 3 soups, and then I would have an open house.
I usually do the chili and wild rice soup, and then I have extras that people bring. Like I have a friend that brings like sub sandwiches. We'll have like cheese and crackers and charcuterie, and I don't know. It's gotten more elaborate every year, I feel like.
Yeah. So Kathy, you're for sure having a party again this year? You're having an open house?
We probably will, but Halloween falls this year on Thursday, which is not the greatest night. So I don't know if we'll try and do it like the weekend before, maybe. I don't know. We're still kind of contemplating what we're doing, but I would like to do something. It would be, I mean, we've done this for 11 years.
Yeah.
To break tradition would be kind of bad luck or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
I do want to tell you guys one story about Halloween that I always will remember is that we first moved here. It was in the fall and it was our first Halloween here. And the next morning we woke up and we have 2 huge trees out in our front. I mean, when I say huge, they're just so big and tall. It looked like it had snowed. Like we got teepeed like nobody's business.
Oh,
and
my
I
God.
was like, oh my gosh, Peter. So he went out there and there was like a toilet paper roll that was from the tree that went all the way to our neighbor's like yard, kind of like a path.
Oh, a trail. Yeah.
Yeah, like they left a trail behind, and we knew it was our neighbors. So they ended up confessing to Peter later that day. But it took forever to clean that mess up. And then,
Oh, yeah.
so we retaliated and got them. I think it wasn't the next night, but, to keep it a surprise, like a couple of nights later, the boys got them. And I mean, this has been going on
for 11 years.
For 11 years, back and forth. And the boys, dressed all in like their black gear. And then they went over to their house and got them toilet papered. There's been some years that they even toilet papered the cars, but we did catch them red-handed one year. And in fact, that year we said, we caught you, so don't do it. And they ended up not teepeeing us, but our neighbors hence have moved like a mile from us, and we have new neighbors, and they ended up teepeeing our new neighbors, and they were not happy, I have to say.
Well, they're
but
not fun.
I never told like who was responsible for that. But
so has it stopped now that the original neighbors have moved? Do you not?
We keep doing it at their new house.
Oh, so it's moved. It's moved to their new house.
Correct.
I love
it. But are those boys now in college? Like, are they gone now? Because I feel like these are.
Yes. So now their children are gone, and we got them last year. And in fact, one of my youngest son, got a couple of his friends to help. So he recruited people to help in this.
And now the mom and dad have to clean up all by themselves.
Yeah. So I actually told Peter this year, I feel a little guilty. Maybe we'll have to only do like a little bush or something and not make a total mess.
So the tradition continues without the children at home.
We'll see.
Well. Kathy, I watched that show that you started watching. Nobody Wants This.
Yes.
On Netflix. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I actually like that.
Adam Brody. Yeah.
Yeah, I just really enjoy him.
Yeah. He's cute. And Kristen Bell's hilarious. So
yeah, it's on my list. And Tim and I are always looking something to watch together. So it's on
very
my list.
light. It's very easy to watch. It's not like Emmy Award winning, like Hacks was very smart. This is like less smart, but it's easy to watch and it's good. I enjoyed it.
All right, ladies, what's for dinner?
I am making egg roll in a bowl.
What's egg roll in a bowl?
So it's like all the insides of an egg roll, but it's just in a bowl. So it's like onions, garlic, ginger, ground turkey, and then you put in edamame and bean sprouts and coleslaw mix. And you just mix it all up, add a little bit of soy sauce, and bam, you're done. It's really good. High in protein, high in fiber, delicious. It's a family favorite. So egg roll in a bowl.
That sounds really good. Where'd you find that recipe?
I don't know. It just popped up on one of my feeds, and I tried it a little while ago, and I just added it to my rotation.
That sounds good. I'm going to add that to my mix, but I think for me, what we're going to do is chili because I'm thinking of all things fall and Halloween. Mm-hmm. So I will post the chili recipe on our notes. All right, let's wrap it up, girls.
Okay.
We want to thank you for listening to our podcast and letting us sisters jump into your day. Please make sure to follow, rate, and review us. We would love to have your feedback. Also, please share our podcast with at least 3 of your favorite little fishes so we can grow. Have a wonderful weekend and happy fall. Sisters out.